These gates once welcomed nearly 100 workers to this former car care factory. This Tetrosyl factory in Bury opened in 1960 after the site was formerly a dye works. Tetrosyl is the UK's largest oil blender and Europe's biggest supplier of car care products. The company announced the closure of the headquarters in 2014, where all staff would be moved to a new nearby location. Join us as the sun set one evening before lockdown to see what's left. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy our content and turn on notifications so you get notified when we upload our newest video. We began exploring towards the rear of the site where demolition had already started. We were aware of workers still on the site near the front of the property, so we remained cautious as we headed towards the main buildings. We found an entry to the newer parts of the factory, leaving behind the older decaying buildings. The sun positioned low in the sky produced a stunning golden glow in this room as the light reflected off the yellow beams and machinery.
In this room here, if you can hear me, you can hear the active construction work that's going on at the moment. You can hear it, can't you? Just out there, they're doing demolition work on other buildings. So you just have to be careful. See down there some of what we're trying to film as well. Looks like some sort of tracks. Just underneath these machines here. They would have wanted to.
Curious as to what lay below, we journeyed down the staircase past the workers to find out. The three machines that all linked to a conveyor stood perfectly in the evening light. From what we understand, this room was used to receive products from upstairs and be packaged ready to be shipped out.
You can see here, would have been funneled down and into the machine here, packaged. Set on the conveyor belt. The company tape that had been used. Doesn't really rotate very well then.
The labels you just saw were for a filler powder that was used to fill gaps and joints in standard household materials such as plaster and brickwork. Back upstairs, we explored more of the larger rooms to find one complete with machinery and tankers. This room is one of the most interesting halls across the expanse of the facility. It would have been used to produce car shampoo before it being distributed across Europe. Nowadays, the once buzzing factory hall sits empty while the metalwork slowly rusts away. Pools of produce sat stagnant across the room and gave off a sour smell as we explored each level.
So, here's holding tank 8. Nick's out of control panel. Not the best control panel I've ever seen. But it's a little control station here that you could have worked on. This is underneath the second set of mixers. So, the water and then different ingredients of how it would have been fed. The tops of the machinery to make sure they can be manned. These tanks look bigger, but the physical capacity doesn't seem too dissimilar. A lot nicer panel up here though.
Further through the complex, we found ourselves out of the production part of the site and into the area containing the canteen and storage.
This would have been the kitchen for workers to presumably get their lunch during the day. Not the most exciting thing, but it's really cool to see. That clock's actually right up there. This is really cool. So this shows, I'm assuming, some of the proposed ideas or ideas that were implemented into the factory. In fact, up here you can see the relocation projects are potentially when the company moved out of here. This is the plan they've been proposing.
Labs were to be found hidden away from the storage spaces that contained some equipment and chemicals, but nothing like we would find later on.
Having all the doors open gives such a good, cool feeling in here. This is some sort of lab. Show where the chemicals left. Not much remaining now though.
Knowing other labs lay untouched on site, we exited the main building and searched elsewhere to find them. We entered a newer office block that had asbestos removal ongoing. The rooms in here were stripped but built a bigger picture of what it would have been like to work here.
Each room up here to some form of importance. Here's the boardroom, the most grand out of them all, in terms of what's remaining. Somehow this full glass cabinet is left with this oak boarding.
The lower floor of this building held some sort of showroom that boasted some of the company's products. It was well equipped for presentations with an array of sound gear installed.
This interface here for audio inputs. A lot of audio gear in here actually. Some old Panasonic displays actually. A very old digibox.
Our search for the labs took us back outside onto the roads that ran through the grounds. We came across some smaller cabins tucked away from plain sight and stumbled across what we were looking for.
So many things just left in here. You can see how mouldy this keyboard's become. Such a short amount of time.
These are some of the best laboratories we've ever come across due to how untouched they were. They were a direct contrast to the rest of the site that had been stripped over time. The cabin was split into two sections, each with their own workstation containing different items of the past.
All these old documents and files left behind.
As the day drew to a close, we left the labs behind and made our way off-site. As always, here are some photographs from our explore. Feel free to see some of our locations months and weeks before they reach YouTube over on our Instagram, linked below. Thanks for watching today's video. Remember to like the video, subscribe and leave your feedback below. Our recent week away in Scotland was the most successful trip we've had yet, so be on the lookout for some content from Scotland over on our social media.